Hey, it's Trey, and thanks for stopping by my art studio desk. Tonight I am painting in this catalog. I'm blacking out some stuff. My squeaky chair in the background, if you heard it go wow. This catalog is just for kicks, and it's a KIX, just for kicks.com, and it's dance gear. And I first started with doing it kind of like this, where I would put in the different things and then paint around everything. And then I just got to the point where I'm just kind of painting everything out, just giving a little thing of black, just quickly, nothing too major. And then I'll add some more stuff on top of that layer. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm not even waiting for it to dry. You'll kind of see I've got a thing of cardstock here that I put right here. And then another piece of cardstock that I put right here. And then I got a little dish of paint. And then I've got the stinkiest paint. This is the runniest, stinkiest paint I've ever had. I'll be so glad to get rid of it. So it's just so runny. It's so awful. Ugh. It smells so musty. I just don't know if it's bad or what. But I'm going to use it because it seems to be okay once it's dry. So, let's just talk about my life, shall we? As some of you know who have been around, I had a cat named Rocky Top. She was with us for about 8 years, and she left us. One Sunday, she left and never came back. It's very sad, and I really do think that she's gone. She is left on the Rainbow Bridge, and she's gone. She was a great companion, and I miss her. So we thought we were ready to get a new cat, and it just so happened that somebody had this little black cat that they were going to get rid of. And I was like, yes, that's perfect. A little black cat, perfect for me. I wanted a kitten. This was a kitten. It was a little bit older than I wanted in the kitten years, but or kitten weeks, I guess. But oh, look at that big blob of paint. That's really nice, Trey. I don't like that. Swap you off. And but I was going to anyways because they needed somebody to take the cat, and I was more than happy to rescue it. Well, then it was like on her grandfather's farm, or not farm, but community, I guess I should say. It's not really a farm; it's more just rural type um, community. And the night that she went down to get them, they were gone, and it was sad because all of us that promised kittens were, we're all sad. But that night was really, really sad. And then Jeremy's like, why don't you just put something out on Facebook? So I did. And within 3 minutes of me saying, hey, does anybody have any kittens? One of my friends was like, me. So she had two torties that her grandparents needed to give away. And they were just the sweetest looking things. So I said, give them both to me. She said that they're litter mates, but man, they're drastic sizes. So we've got two torties in the house. One, the little baby, is Willow. Willow is real tiny. She's 3.5 pounds. She's tiny. They're 14 weeks old. About 14 weeks. We don't really know. And Willow's personality is she's definitely rambunctious. She's the explorer. She's the one who's always, if there's something is being played with that should not be being played with, I don't even have to look. I already know it's Willow. I already know. Because Ember, the other one, only plays with the things that she knows she's supposed to play with. Unless Willow talks her into playing with something else. Which is really kind of rare. Usually, Ember will just stand back and look like, oh, you're not supposed to be playing with that. So, yeah. So Willow's a little fireball, and you can just walk over to her and pick her up, and she'll just go limp. She don't even care. You can touch her feet, you can touch her belly, you can roll her on her back. I mean, she just doesn't care for a short period of time. If it gets too long, then she gets rambunctious and she wants to be put down. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but my son is practicing his guitar in the background. Welcome to my life. It was funny today. I had a meeting with like all the upper echelon of my company, like the owner of the company and the COO of the company and all that. And on the left side of me, behind me, you can see the cats playing. That's almost too wet. Yikes. I mean, I said I was going to leave it wet, but that's almost too wet. So let's just sit here and let it dry for a little bit. On the left side of me, if you looked behind me, like here's my chair. So on this side of me, you saw cats running around chasing each other. And then on the right side of me, you could see into my kitchen. And you could see my husband going back and forth to the sink because he was making some baked spaghetti for dinner tonight. So he wouldn't have to cook tonight. He was making it early. Because he's good. He usually cooks and stuff when he's off, which I love that. And lately he's been helping me cook because we've been doing the Hello Fresh. But that's over, and I'm sad because that was nice. I really enjoyed doing that. I think we got one more meal and it's done. But it was really nice to just say, hey, what are we going to have? And these are our 3 choices, or whatever we had decided for that week. Because you pick like 3 things. So then you pick which order you're going to eat them in, and then you just make them. And usually they're really quick to make. You don't have to think about anything. Although I have to say, of all the meals that Jeremy and I made, we've done it for like 3 weeks. So we've had has it been? I'm trying to think. Has it been 3 or 4 weeks? So let's just say that we've had, of the meals that we've had, 2 of them I think that we just misread and made wrong. So like didn't put in an ingredient when we were supposed to, but it still came out delicious. And everything that we've had has been good. There's been nothing that we were like, oh my God, I would never eat this again. This is gross. Everything has been good, and the majority of it has been more than good. It was wow. It was like, this stuff is amazing. So, yeah. One thing I do notice with HelloFresh, they like to use a lot of potatoes and onions and green onions. And we also were supposed to have duck, and we didn't get it, and I didn't even notice because I thought that what I had pulled out was that, but it was actually ground beef. And I thought, because we got. Sorry, that was my son's school, but I'm not answering it. I'm sure it's just some kind of automated message. And we had gotten some hamburgers that week too, and so I thought that the hamburgers were like in the bag, like as a patty. I should have known better, because the meat's always separate. So even if they were, they would have been separate. And I thought what I pulled out was duck. But what I pulled out was ground beef. So they didn't give us our duck. And Jeremy was hot. He was so mad. But we called them and they credited us, which was good. But yeah, that's the only unfortunate thing that we had. And then the week before, we got an extra pork. And they said, just keep it. So that didn't bode well when we got that. We're like, well, I hope nobody's missing pork. Did it even out in the end? So we took the kittens today to get their shots. As you know, Willow is tiny. Then we have Amber, who does not like to be held, and yet loves to roll all over you if you're sitting on the couch to be petted. She loves pets. Willow doesn't like to sit on you. She's very indifferent to you. You're not important to her. Ember likes your pets, but she doesn't want you to pick her up. So she wants you to. She gets excited when you come near her, but then she freaks out and runs. But she's starting to get a little bit better. But like I said, if we're on the couch, she'll usually like roll all over us, and then she likes to nibble on her hands and fingers, and then she likes to lick our fingers and all that. So she's very orally fixated. She very much hangs behind Willow and lets Willow do the exploring, and then she just kind of watches over her sister. She's much bigger than her sister. Did I tell you she's 5.5 pounds? They do play together. Willow never makes many sounds. I was going to say she never makes sounds, but that's not really true. Really, that's changed in the past day. She didn't make sounds, but now she's starting to meow a lot more. And she meowed at the vet. She meowed last night in the middle of the night. So she is starting to meow now. I'm telling you, it sounds so pitiful when she does. So I would go get them and show you, but they've already been traumatized today. So let's not traumatize the kitties anymore today. They're sleeping on the couch. It was kind of funny because when we came home, I opened up the cat carrier and Amber went running to her safe place, which is underneath the couch downstairs. And Willow came running straight to me and got right under my feet, just as close to me as she could. And we're standing at the bottom of the steps. So I'm trying to walk up the steps thinking that she'd just go ahead and run ahead of me. No, she wanted to be right between my feet. So I had to reach down and pick her up. I had to reach down and pick her up and carry her up the stairs while I was trying to carry in like food. I had like a milkshake and like some chicken strip box and like a bag of food. So then I get upstairs and I put her down, and then she immediately gets right between my feet, and then I cannot take like one step without her being right between my feet. So then we sit down, we're having lunch, and Jeremy's on the couch, and she jumps in Jeremy's lap and immediately just falls asleep. So he sits there with her probably for like 20 minutes, and then he had enough. He was ready to get up, so he got up, and she immediately ran over to me and got in my lap and went back to sleep. So I sat there for another 20 minutes since I knew she didn't feel good, and it was kind of, weird. So then I kind of let her sleep, and then I started petting on her and kind of waking her up, and then she jumped off and went and got something to eat. And just as I was getting ready to get up, I heard Amber behind the couch upstairs. So I called for her, and she came running and jumped in my lap, and then she rolled all over me and laid there and just looked at me for probably about 20 minutes. She never went to sleep. And she just would look at me and just kind of just lay there and purr. And she was happy. That's what she wanted to do. And she just kind of laid there. So I let her, and I just watched some YouTube videos. Then eventually she wanted to know what her sister was doing, because by that time Willow was like walking around and kind of playing, not really playing. It was almost like she went to her crinkle ball, which is her favorite, and kind of batted it around a little bit, but yeah, she's probably already not feeling good. But she was kind of like just sniffing it and kind of pushing it around a little bit and laying in the floor and stretching around and licking and, So I came in here once she got down, and then they got on the couch and groomed each other and went to sleep, I think. And I think they're still on the couch, so they have each other. But I'm sure you'll see them because they're very curious. And I'm surprised they're not in here because this room has not been open to them at all. It's a mysterious room that Jeremy goes into in the mornings because all of his clothes are in here. And it shuts the door behind him and then makes noise and then comes out and he smells different. So every day when he comes out, there's two little heads sitting in the hallway waiting for him to make his appearance. And then they follow him around for a little bit. So funny. The paper of this catalog seems to hold up. Watch, just went right over her poor little face. Seems to hold up pretty good. I mean, it crinkles up, but I mean, it holds up pretty well. And it doesn't get too thin when it gets wet. Now, this is a very wet paint. I mean, it's so runny. So it really wets the paper. And you could see probably on some of this earlier one, especially that one that I said, oh, this is too wet. Let it dry for a little bit. It really can soak through the paper, but then again, it also dries pretty quick, at least in my climate. So I don't want to speak for everybody everywhere because I know that can be different. But I don't have any problem with this. It'd be funny if I got a demonetization because my son was playing guitar in the background. Guess I'd have to be monetized for that to happen, though. I don't think I'm anywhere near that. Cool. It's looking good. Flipping back through. Make sure everything's getting dry and not sticking together. I like this one. I like the dry strokes, but then again, I also love gray, so. Seems to be. This is not my kind of dance. Then again, they don't have catalogs for my kind of dance. They don't even have the shoes that I use in this catalog. But I thought that the colors and stuff would be interesting for pages. See, I think that's beautiful. Add some white to this, maybe some stencils, like this. So nice. Like that. I love that. It's looking good. So yeah, so I just thought I would just go through and just black out everything because I think that will make me feel better about it, and then I could intersperse like different ways, like I don't know, layering. I guess I could layer it different ways because then I could put this down, then I could put like this piece of paper on it, and then I could leave it like that, or then I could come back and put more, black around it, or maybe gold or different color, kind of just opens up some different options. And it's easy to kind of conceptualize when you just see the black, because you're like, okay, well, I can put something right here. Or then maybe you look at this and say, you know what, that kind of looks like a wing. So maybe I might find something that I can use as a wing. And then you know, I don't have anything handy. I'm looking around, but I don't have any. Let's pretend this is paper. He said, I'll just put that right there like a wing. That looks good. Oh, that's hilarious. But anyways. So yeah, I love this. I love that. It's cool. Reminds me of me and my friends. And speaking of my friends, we have been using this app. And I freaking love it. It's called Marco Polo. And I love it. And it's like a walkie-talkie. It's like a video walkie-talkie, basically. So, you have a group. Looking for my phone. But either way. All right. So, like, here's our feed, and these are our names. And so these are our videos. So yeah, and you can put like a thumbs up or whatever, but I can push play and I can listen to her video. See? And we just do videos for each other, and then I can do, hey, it's me, look. I could do a video right now. I've got paint on my phone right there. Can you see? Look at my hair. I look like the Wicked Witch. Oh, funny. But yeah, I love it because we can talk to each other, and it just immediately goes. So as soon as you hit record, it starts streaming it like to your friends, so they can immediately start watching what you're saying. But they can't like reply to you live. They can just like kind of listen along, live to you. I'm sure there's some kind of delay, but that's pretty cool. And then they can send videos of their own. So you can kind of watch it at your own time, at your own leisure. And then you just kind of turn on the camera. What we do is we just turn on the camera and then ramble. And we do it like when we're washing dishes or we're driving in the car. We'll just set the phone down and just turn it on and just talk while we're driving. That's usually what we do. And then when I'm working and stuff like that, I'll just turn on their videos and I just listen to them. A lot of times then on my breaks, like I always kind of flip on the camera and tell them about my day. It just helps us kind of keep in touch with each other, and I love it. I absolutely love it because you just kind of your stream of thought. You just share it with your friends. It's nice. Which really helped me and my very best friend in the whole world reconnect. We met in college, and then she moved to Kentucky, and then I moved to Tennessee, but we're not like close. Because Tennessee's freaking long, and of course we're not on the same kind of part of the state. And we've kept up with each other through Facebook and Messenger and all that, but we're just not one to chat. So, So I think this was perfect for us, and yeah, I've had a blast talking with her for the past couple of days, and hearing about her life. What are you guys working on? Hit me up down in the comments and let me know. This is kind of what I'm working on. I've been getting back into my glue books, and this is kind of like the next thing I want to do is to kind of get this all blacked out. I don't know how much more I've got to go because I have done some in the back. Because this one I haven't done any stamping on, but I've put the paper and stuff on and then blacked around them. Some of these girls, I don't like it. That's way too much makeup. I don't like that. So I said this isn't my kind of dance team. We don't do this to our girls. I haven't done any kind. I like that the way it looks, just like that. You know what? I think I might not even black this page out. We'll just use it as an anomaly. It's gonna look good blacked out. So is that. Excuse me. So we got a lot of these to black out. Those are interesting. So yeah, so I just pretty much when I decided to black all these out, I just started from the front and go into the back because I really just want to use up this paint. And I really love my magazine journals. This is my favorite medium. I just looked up, my dad burned camera's crooked again. Oh, I just hit it. I also have a different light I can turn on that might help. Does that help at all? Who knows? I might color tonight. It's been a while since I've colored. Oh, here comes Kenan. Hold on. Okay, guys. I keep getting interrupted. So, let's just do a little flip through this thing. So this is more my traditional way of doing things. Where I kind of put down the paper, and then I put down the black, and then I put down like ink, white ink, and things like that. This again is more my traditional way of putting down the other different collage papers and then blacking around it. I had some leftover purple paint that I smeared in here. That's a good photo. And then, so these are all just kind of sort of traditionally doing it my traditional way. And then I just kind of got bored with that once I got all these filled in. And then I think it was after this page. It was around this page, I remember. Yeah, I think this is the last one. Look, I didn't even put anything around that. Then I started doing this. And then I put these down and then went around them. And I said, I think I'll kind of start doing that. So I started playing with that a little bit. And after I started doing that for a little bit, you see, I haven't, some of them I kind of went around, some of them I really haven't a lot. I said, you know what, I'm just going to go through and just start blacking stuff out. So that's where I'm at now, just blacking things out. And I'm just going to do the whole catalog. I haven't skipped pages, I haven't glued pages together. This is just the catalog itself. I'm just going pretty much front to back right now. I'll probably, the next time I work in this, we'll probably go back to front. Just so it's not so warped. I don't know what my son's watching. Just hear gunshots. It's like I'm sitting here flipping through this. I don't know if I'm skipping pages or not, but I'm trying not to. That looks really comfy, but I wouldn't want to dance in it. I would just kind of want to wear it around the house. Kind of like that. It looks real comfy. I just want to wear it around the house. Okay, so that's where I've gotten to, and then I've got some in the back. I think that's it. Just sort of going with some of these. So yeah, that's it. I'm going to let you guys go. Thanks for hanging out with me. Hopefully the next time that you see me, I'll have my kitty cats with me. And you'll get to meet Willow and Ember. Alright. Until then, go out and be creative. Bye.